Next article from Daily Mail. Friend of Patriot Prayer Trump supporter who was shot dead in Portland said he was relentlessly hunted down as prey and executed right before his eyes in a planned attack. Chandler Pappas was Aaron J. Danielson's was with Aaron J. Danielson Saturday as black looter mob clashed with Donald Trump supporters. Danielson, 39, was shot. I thought his last name was Daniels. I watched the video and I seem to remember it was Daniels. Was shot dead after attackers said, "We got a couple of them right here," according to Pappas. Both men are supporters of right-wing group Patriot Prayer. Thank goodness they didn't say far right. They were wearing hats in its logo. They're not a far-right group, dude. They are a Christian conservative group who promotes free speech and limited government. The far right is a steep authoritarian dictators. These people are the opposite. People don't understand. In American conservatism, it's different than Muslim conservatism. People don't understand like the difference in between these things. They don't look at them. Muslim conservatism is pretty barbaric. They beat women, they rape them, they put burqas over their heads. Not all of them, but a large percentage of them have done very brutal things to women, Jews, other ethnic minorities. They've owned slaves through most of their history. American conservatism, we conserve the Constitution, free speech, Second Amendment, religious freedoms, classical liberalism. So people are confused about this. Like me, I definitely fit in with the classical liberal crowd, although I am more on the right. So there's like a left-leaning classical liberal who maybe, let's say, they will vote with the left 25% of the time, or hold on, 75% of the time, and then a right-leaning one will vote with the right 75% of the time. I would classify myself with the right-leaning one because I view the government as it works better the way the internet works. It doesn't matter whether or not it's fair. It matters whether or not you can get an extra shot later and that the machine is working smoothly in real time and that it's not backed up. I think that is okay. So my platform, I'm running for president in 2024 on the platform of Build a Moat. Going to build a moat across the southern border of the United States. We're going to fill it up with snakes, alligators, piranhas, eels, sharks with laser beams on top of their heads. We're going to put lions, tigers, and bears with hippos, wolves, wild dogs. We're going to have a petting zoo. And people on both sides of the border will be able to come to the petting zoo. And it'll be a tourist attraction. And then we're going to shit. What was the other thing I just said? The thing I said before, I'm just not going to say it again. I forget what it was, but I'm just going to move on. Both men are supporters of right group Patriot Prayer. Were wearing his hats and logos. They recognized Patriot Prayer hats and they executed my partner. They hunted him down. Papa said Michael Forrest Renoli, 48, is under investigation by police in Portland in connection with the shooting. Spoiler, in case you don't continue watching, the suspect was killed by police trying to apprehend him.
What happened last night? A lot of things happened last night. A lot of people came out to express themselves, express their beliefs. We have a First Amendment in this country. We have a First Amendment that protects our natural right. opposition that thinks we can't do that. And they have been attacking us for years, really for decades in the grand scheme, but very heavily in Portland, especially for the last 95 days. Last night, it escalated to the point that they executed my partner. They hunted him down, they hunted us down, they recognized our Patriot Prayer SPEAKS.
Wait, can you not hear that?
A couple of them right here. You got a couple of them right here. Pull it out. Pull it out. Express themselves. Express their beliefs.
I know how to
We have a
fix
First Amendment in this
OBS.
country. We have a First Amendment that protects our natural right. And for whatever reason, seems to be this opposition that thinks we can't do that. And they have been attacking us for years, really for decades in the grand scheme, but very heavily in Portland, especially for the last 95 days. Last night, it escalated to the point that they executed my partner. They hunted him down. They hunted us down. They recognized our Patriot Prayer hats. For anybody who doesn't know Patriot Prayer, Joey Gibson, a citizens advocate, he's a good man. We support him. He's a Christian and conservative. So they identified our hats. We got a couple of them right here. We got a couple of them right here. Pull it out. Pull it out. And
Is that what they said?
that's what they said. We turned around. It didn't even register that somebody was pointing a gun at us until the shots went off and he took off running.
The shooter took off
The
running?
shooter took off running, and it takes a second for you to process everything that happened. Did he just shoot at me? Okay, I'm okay. Turn over, and Jay's dead. Because he believes something different than them. Jay's not a racist. He's not a xenophobe or whatever label. He's not an ist or an ism. He's an independent man. He's a good man. And he didn't do anything to earn a bullet in the chest.
If you could ask anything right now of Donald Trump, what would it be?
Send troops. Send troops. Arrest these. Portland is as...
I'm in 100% agreement with him there. It's gone way beyond a protest over police brutality. The entire thing has always been about Donald Trump, about their hatred towards Donald Trump because he said, grab her by the pussy. And all the black looter mobs are trying to get down the white feminist pants. So they have to say, the women are oppressed. It's the racist white man. That's up in, we got to put in the glass ceiling above the women. And so we got to take them out because they took the land from the Amerindians. And they owned slaves. And they took California from the conquistadors. Don't know exactly how you steal land from a nomad that doesn't have a government. But only 6% of people owned slaves back then. So this whole notion that all of the white people are responsible for the actions of a very small percentage of people kind of reeks of anti-Semitism.
Corrupt as any place you've ever seen, any place you've ever heard about in the movies. I have a friend sitting right behind me here who's being charged currently with a felony riot while the DA is letting all these actual rioters out on the street. He was just out there waving an American flag. It's been charges pending for 2 years? But somebody who's throwing explosive devices at the police. Somebody, when I went to the hospital and I met a Homeland Security officer who was there because his buddy had caught a mortar round in the chest and burned right through his uniform. He got third-degree burns all over his torso. Those people are being let go while Christians and conservatives and anybody who isn't whatever their Hitler-esque idea of a perfect world is being chastised and being hunted.
I 100% agree with everything that he's saying. I completely back these people. I don't know enough about them, but from what they say, they're just conservative Christians, and they support free speech and limited government. And if that is true, I got these people's back. 100%. Legit. That's the kind of people that I support. I support middle America. I support the people getting run over by the left because they came and canceled me. They ran me over. They ruined my name. And they came for me, and they will come for you. If they learn that they can burn, loot, and murder in black looter mobs, and they can get everything they want, and they can get millions of dollars in scam donations every single time the cops have to enforce the law on them, and one of them dies, they're going to continue to do that into the future. You'd be foolish to think that they wouldn't. You just gave them a lot of money and power. Of course, they're going to be like, yeah, this playbook works. Let's do this every time. This is the most dangerous thing about black looter mob. This is why I'm working overtime to bring you the real news, debunk this fake news from these ivory tower liberal journalists, because they had the wool put over their eyes.